Hi everybody, welcome to Theme Thursday. This week we're talking about the Clifton StrengthsFinder theme of learner. Now, those of you with learner is a thinking theme. One of the things I like to talk about with learner is that learners are intellectually adventurous. Learners like the process of educating themselves. They don't need to be experts, but they like to go from not knowing something to proficiency. I often say learner is work-driven thinking. People with learner are typically working on things, and as they're working, they discover things they don't know. So they are driven to go become a subject matter, not so much subject matter expert, but be able to competently achieve whatever it is they need to achieve. Now, for many of us, not having done something before is a barrier to wanting to do it. You might someone might hand you a project and you say, but I've never done this before. A learner's first response is, and your point is. Because for a learner, having never done something before is not a reason to not do it. Learners believe we can learn anything. We can self-educate no matter what it takes. And so they naturally they like to take on new information. Learners get bored every 18 to 24 months. Most people love the part of a job when they know the job inside and out. They know everything that's expected of them, but not learners. For learners, as soon as they know everything they're gonna see in the job, they start to get bored. So they hunt for new challenges. So learners, if you don't have enough stimulation at your jobs, you may find that you change jobs a lot. Now learners will very apologetically, when it comes to bosses, say, oh gosh, my resume's all over the place. Never apologize, learners, for you naturally moving on. Simply say to people when you're interviewing, I need a dynamic environment with new challenges. I'm at my best. If the environment is too stable, I'm gonna get bored. What environment is stable? What leader doesn't want that? Don't apologize for the 24-month windows where you seem to hop to new jobs. When all else fails, when learners start to feel like they're struggling in their jobs, they wonder what to do next, the first thought is, maybe I should go back to school. That's learners' answers to almost every problem. Feeling stagnation, feeling lack of purpose, feeling depressed, feeling frustrated, lack of contentment. A learner goes, maybe I should get another degree. Sometimes it's the right answer, but learners, sometimes that's you being stuck. You can tell learner that you're getting stuck when you start saying things like, you know what, I read the most interesting thing. I'm learning the most interesting thing, but you're not actually doing anything with it. Learners, you have the ability to educate yourselves, but also act on that. If the action piece, it stops. If you're learning about things you'll never do, that's okay if that's a hobby, but be aware there are times when that can be a sign that you're not at your best place. So when it comes to communication, decision-making, self-management, those are the three filters we use here at the Dauphiny Group. Communication, learners are communicating about what's interesting and new things. For learners as well, just understand when you're talking about projects, learners are very excited about things that don't yet have an answer. So if you think you come up with a solution and then hand it to a learner, understand they would rather hunt for the solution themselves. And in fact, if you're wanting to know how to motivate learners, go ahead, give them a challenge, let them go figure out how to do it themselves. Prioritization, they will step into things that have the greatest capacity for new things and innovation. When it comes to decision making, they prioritize things that require a little bit of challenge. Again, like I said, they're like intellectually adventurous. And the last one, self-management. Learners, when you are tired and exhausted, some of the best things you can do is find new things you have to learn. And so I often tell people with learner, go ahead, pick a vacation spot a year from now, somewhere you've never been before, so you can spend the year researching it. Learners like to educate themselves. They like to step in. They like to start from scratch, but then they move on. Just so you know, learners, you may learn something that you learn inside and out to get something done, and then decide you want to move on. That's the Clifton StrengthsFinder theme of learner. Do you have learner? Go ahead, tag yourself here. Tag somebody with learner here. Hope you've enjoyed this week's Theme Thursday. I look forward to talking to you again real soon. If you haven't checked out this week's 3-Minute Coach, Dealing with Failure, go ahead and check that out as well. And be looking for my new Call to Courage coming out on Monday. If you haven't subscribed to my blog, go ahead over to michaeldauphiny.com/blog. Sign up there. Hope you're doing well. Whatever you're doing tonight, take care of yourself. Remember, lead courageously.